Hey guys, Evil DD yet again, bringing you another shoutcast, one against one, this time Caboose from Fever Clan playing as Protoss and Milliways as his opponent from, I guess his ladder or just a custom game, also playing as the Protoss. This will be also another critical commentary. Caboose gave me this replay, asked me to give him some pointers, so this will be a more critical commentary. Since also this is, I think, maybe a bronze or silver level game, so there will be some room for improvement. Quite standard here, that's both players getting their pylon on 9. A very standard. Timing was a bit off when those probes got there for both players. Each of them had about 20 minerals. Nothing really that important. I mean, that's just some timing that you get right the longer you play the game, not game-changing events. Caboose will be putting that pylon next to his ramp and his gateway to block it off. Whilst Milliways, I prefer to do this kind of pylon placement a bit behind and then putting a gateway and a cybernetics core around here to create that choke. Since the pylon, it's weak and it can cost you the game if you lose that pylon early on in the game, as your gateway or one or more will become unpowered. Now, this pylon placement is quite bad, I have to say, by Caboose. This is the pylon placement you want to do on this map. This is very good placement because you can see when your opponent is destroying the destructible rocks, while Caboose cannot see when his opponent will be destroying the destructible rocks. Another mistake here done by Caboose, queuing up those zealots. He's queuing up 2 zealots, the 200 minerals lost when he could have just not queued those 2 zealots up and got his cybernetics core much earlier. As you can see, Milliways is getting only 1 zealot as for now, and in result of that can get his cybernetics core up much earlier. He's getting his second gateway as well. A cybernetics core going down for Caboose. He did chrono boost that zealot out, and he's already pushing out with 1 zealot, and his rally point is set on the low ground outside of his opponent's base. A big mistake that both players did this game right now is that neither of them scouted after pylon, or rather neither are scouted still. This is a big mistake. You really need to scout, especially on a 2-player map where you can where some very interesting tactics, rush tactics like cannon rushes, zealot rushes can take place. So you really need to scout your opponent. A big mistake done by both players. Milliways has 2 zealots now. Positioning of these 2 zealots isn't very good. He really needs to block that choke there and put him on hold position, but he's getting a stalker out. Caboose still not pushing in. He's waiting for the 3rd zealot. Now we will see a small battle. He should micro this zealot out. As he loses shield, just move him back and move him back in. Move him back out of the fight and move him back in when his opponent's army switches targets. Here we have 3 gateways and a warp gate technology going down for Milliways. A sentry coming out for Caboose. He's chrono boosting his army. 2 gateways for Caboose, and again also the mistake of queuing up units. I mean, he's also getting the warp gate technology, but as you can see, queuing up units, you can just get, instead of queuing up those units, he could have gotten 2 more gateways and made much more effective use of those minerals. Whilst now he's getting also supply blocked, which isn't very good. And also I would like to comment on the build orders of these two players. they started out standard, pylon on 9, gateway on 12, but after that it kind of went on to the putting down random buildings at random times. Okay, we see a Twilight Council going up for maybe higher tech units for both players. For Milliways, Twilight Council gone up much earlier than Caboose's. But if he didn't queue, for example, those units before, he could have gone. Caboose could have gotten that Twilight Council much earlier. Here we see expansion going down for Milliways. Quite good timing on it. Not too early, not too late. And here we see a Dark Shrine. So Caboose will be going Dark Templars, and he's put down 3 more gateways, so he will have 5 warp gates. And here we have a pylon put on the high ground at the Zelnaga Watchtower. This will be used to reinforce Milliways' army. Good placement, I have to say. Now I want to go back to the notion of queuing your units. If Caboose didn't queue his unit so much, he could have gone out that Dark Shrine much earlier, and in turn gone out his Dark Templars much sooner. Why is this important? Well, for example, if Milliways goes his detection, if you get those Dark Templars out early enough, maybe your opponent doesn't have detection yet, and you can win the game right there. Here we see a forge and +1 upgrade. No cannons being produced yet, so this might be a problem. But the Dark Shrine just finishing now, and Forge going down for Caboose as well. Blink being researched as Milliways has a more stalker heavy army, and as you can see, this pylon placement, why it's bad. Caboose doesn't know now that his opponent is destroying his destructible rocks. However, he does have those Dark Templars out, whilst the Milliways doesn't even have a robotics facility or any cannons out. Cannons would be good for defense against Dark Templars, but he really needs that robotics facility for some observers to defend this army, as this army is completely defenseless against the Dark Templars. He will start to do some damage to Caboose's economy, killing some probes, but Caboose, smartly enough, will be transferring these probes to his expansion. Very good play there. Now, if he put that pylon instead of here, he would have seen his opponent destroying those rocks much sooner, and would have been able to respond much sooner and not lost any mining time and any probes. As you can see, he completely destroyed his opponent's army simply because, well, he has Dark Templars and his opponent doesn't have any detection. Even though Caboose lost a couple of probes, he is still ahead of probe count. This is very good. Good economy. He will be hopefully transferring, yep, he's transferring some probes back to his main. This is very good. Let's see their APM. APM quite low, about 1 action every 2 seconds on average. Maybe you want that to be higher. Only robotics facilities going down only now. Much too late, I mean, and again, no cannons, although those cannons now really wouldn't matter much, since Caboose's army, even without the Dark Templars, is much bigger and stronger than a Milliways' army. Again, why scouting is important in StarCraft 2, well, it's just as important as it was in StarCraft Brood War, is, well, if Milliways got that robotics facility up in time, got that observer, he would have been able to scout what his opponent was doing, what Caboose was doing, and would have been able to react to the unit composition of Caboose, maybe even won the game. He wouldn't have lost his units to the Dark Templars, as he would have had detection. However, Caboose makes the same mistake. He did win this game, however, that might not be the case next game. He didn't scout. His opponent could have gone for a very good Dark Templar rush, if his opponent, for example, learns the Dark Templars build order precisely enough, he would get those Dark Templars out very fast. And I think Caboose also doesn't have any detection, so those Dark Templars might have been out before Caboose's, and destroyed his army and his base. Again, this is pretty much the main mistake this game made by both players. Again, I mean, I'm not going to be repeating this every game, hopefully, and I don't want to. I know it's getting kind of annoying probably for you guys, but again, no control groups being used by both players. He had his gateways on 1, but you really want your army on 1 and 2, and then your 2 nexuses if you have to, or only 1 nexus on 3 for fast chrono boost. Now it's on 100 and 100 energy, and 97. You really want that on much lower, and now once you get warp gates, you really don't need to hotkey your warp gates, as they have their own defined hotkey on W. But again, that's really not what lost Milliways the game. It was really the lack of scouting. Again, macro quite bad for both players, but nevertheless, scouting very important. That will be it for this replay. Feel free to post some more replays on the thread in StarCraft 2 forums, on the Fever Clan forums. I might make a new thread just for replays for you guys to post and for me to cast. And I also post some feedback, what you want to see more, what I should do to make these commentaries better. And I'll see you guys next time.